Hi, I'm Tricia Pine at rejoiceinyourvoice.com, home of the complete vocal system. I help professional men and women whose voice is their livelihood. From singing to public speaking to being the face of your business, if you depend on your voice every day but are not getting the results that you want, I'm here to help. So this week we're diving into principle number 6 of Geoff Colvin's deliberate practice strategies. And these come from his book, Talent is Overrated, and it's a bestseller, so you can find it anywhere. I was going to show it to you, but my 13-year-old, before he left for vacation, grabbed it and said, "Mom, I'm going to read this while I'm gone." It's like, oh my gosh, this is fabulous. I didn't celebrate too much. I didn't want him to know how overjoyed I was. So it's a great book, and you can use it on whatever level and wherever you are in your journey. And he's a baseball player, so he's using it in that way. So this week's principle, while simple, is yet profound. And that's what I love about Geoff's work. These principles are not so ethereal that you don't know how to apply them. They may be so simple, though, that you're not quite sure how to chunk it down into the work that you're doing. So I'm hoping by this series of videos that you will start to chunk down these strategies and use them in your work so you can take yourself from being maybe what you feel like is an average performer or an average presenter to an excellent performer and an excellent presenter. That's what I want. So this week's strategy is, it's not always fun. Okay, it's not always fun. And yes, we go, Tricia, I know it's not always fun, but let's just take it a few levels deeper. So, as humans, we are attracted to pleasure and we don't like pain. That's just the way our brain works. That's just the way we are set up. But how is that really affecting us in really up-leveling our game and what we want to do and the goals that we want to achieve? I always say this, how we live is how we sing is how we live, and it's the same thing for speakers and those that use your voice every day. So let's take just a second to see where else in our life we may be cheating ourselves and going for the superficial fun and avoiding the deeper long-term fun. A couple things that come to my mind are the way we eat, right? So food in our society, we want a treat and it's around food. We want a reward and it's around food. We work really hard. Believe me, I've done this. I do this. And we have that extra glass of wine or that really yummy chocolate, or we celebrate when we bring families together. It's this thing of rewarding ourselves and finding nurturing through the food, right? So then at the end of the year, we're 10 pounds heavier and we're not feeling so great because we've gone for that more superficial fun than the discipline and strategy of the long-term fun. Is it hard to say no to treats? Absolutely, I know firsthand. Another thing that we may do in our lives that may be the superficial fun that's stealing away from the long-term fun is how much we are on technology. So not to make it bad, but I don't know about you, sometimes I get on Facebook and it's like this deep hole that just sucks me in. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've spent a half an hour, 20 minutes on Facebook, and it's the superficial hit, the superficial fun that we get from that, when really the long-term fun is doing the work that we need to do for our business and for our career. Same thing with watching television. So just be aware in your life, because how you are operating in those things, how we do anything is how we do everything. That will help you shift into making the time in the studio or the time in the practice room where when you bump up against that resistance that you may feel and you go, oh, this is not fun, I don't want to do it. You've now practiced in other areas of your life that discipline to go, I'm going to go for the deep fun, for the longevity fun, for the big vision, because I'm worth it and I'm going to invest in that. Okay, so that's a way to practice that in the big picture. So the other thing is think about times in your life when you have had really great successes And these don't have to be big, huge things. It can be small. But think about those. And I would even say write them down. So, for example, one time I did a role. I was cast as in the role of Carabino. And I really wanted to just go the extra level with developing this character of the adolescent boy so that the acting was just really vibrant and very authentic. I look back on that time and I think all that work I did that wasn't always fun led me to really, I had great reviews. The end product was wonderful. It really took me on a journey of how to really do character development. So the long-term fun was really worth all the little bits and sometimes feeling that resistance when I wasn't sure quite what to do next, okay? Same thing when I competed for the Miss America Scholarship Program. I had a strategy and I worked hard and I trained hard in all different areas and I was able to go to the Miss America Scholarship Program and I did my absolute best. And I look back at that and was it always easy? Was it always fun? Absolutely not. Was it worth it? Yes. So we take those templates of the time that we were successful before, and we know that there were moments there that we didn't want to, but we leaned into the not having so much fun, and we broke through to the next level, and we were able to reach our goals. We're going to use that template on what we're doing right now. In lesson strategy number 1, we talked about that big vision. Okay, so this is another aspect that I want you to work on this week, is I want you to think about the big vision, return to that vision, and now chunk it down into what the deep fun is for you. Think about how amazingly cool it will be when you are taking your vision to a bigger audience. That is fun. Think about how it's going to feel to be able to support yourself financially in a career that you love. That is fun. Think about how you can transform people in your work because of that bigger vision. That is fun. All the tools and strategies that you will have, how you're really walking your talk, that is fun. How you are doing the personal development work, the emotional work, to make sure that you can lean into that pain and frustration and go for the breakthrough. That is fun, okay? So I want you to look at your big vision and go for that fun. And I'd keep it right by your work area so that you can remind yourself of what you're investing in, of the foundation that you're building, the beautiful structure that you are creating, all the people that you are going to affect, because in that moment when you are battling between pleasure and pain, that you choose to go, it's not going to be fun today. I'm going to soften this around it. I'm going to give myself a little more breath, a little more room. I'm going to think about that bigger vision and go for the deep fun rather than the superficial fun. All right, so you've got some things to think about this week. Where are you in your life buying into that superficial fun that really is not supporting your bigger vision? Not that I don't want you to have a good time. I just don't want you cheating yourself or lying to yourself that that's okay, because you're worth it. And I do want you to go from average to excellent, to mastery is what I want for you. The other thing is to make a list of the times that you have felt that success, that deep success, and you were so proud of yourself, okay? Make a little list of those things. I know you've got some, and it doesn't have to be ginormous, but it's significant. And then I want you to take your big vision, and I want you to write all the cool, fun things that you're going to get, that you are investing in. And that, yes, sometimes when you show up to work, fear may come up, frustration may come up, anxiety may come up, emotions may come up that aren't very fun. Be there with them. Honor and respect them. Breathe through them. do the deep work, the strategy work, and then I know you will get the breakthroughs that you want, and you will be even closer to your vision. All right, I'm Tricia Pine at rejoiceinyourvoice.com. And until next week, well, you know what to do. Okay, rejoice in your voice. Bye-bye.